tasked to present the trends and issues in physical education together with my group mates, Ma'am Eva Agrave, Ma'am Elvi Barrera, and also Ma'am Hidaya Abdul Karim.
Children these days are eating more junk foods and moving less. The result, overweight and fit children. To counter the declining fitness trend, many schools and districts have taken a closer look at their physical education or PE programs. Physical education is the instruction of physical exercise in schools and matters more today than ever before. Physical education programs are recognizing the academic benefits of quality fitness program. Exercise increases oxygen flow to the brain, thereby increasing cognitive skills. It also increases neurotransmission in the brain, or the connection of neurons, also known as brain cells. Strengthening this connection means that the brain is remembering more efficiently. Exercise also releasing chemicals in the body known to enhance mood, regulate impulsivity, and decrease fatigue. Are more reason to up the game in physical education. With opportunity to help turn around declining physical fitness in children, schools and physical curriculum program have made drastic changes. Team sports and fun activities that were once norm are being elbowed out by more intense and directed physical activity focusing on overall health. How can physical education time make a difference? Let's take a look at some trends that matter to children's health.
Morning everyone, I am Eva Agrave and I am one of the discussants from Group 1. Physical education is often viewed as a marginal subject within the curriculum, and many secondary schools are actively reducing PE time to make way for what is more serious and what is more important subjects. Educators and school administrators are already on their heels preparing for a shift to a new delivery mode of curriculum, one of which is the online classes. Online class is an online setting. There are a lot of limitations by which educators can consult their classes. The physical distance, the reliability of internet, the readiness of the students, and so much more. In an online setting, we have to be realistic in the way we approach our classes. Minimum skills can perhaps suffice while online, and then those that need to be conducted in a typical setting can be done when things are getting better. It is the predicament of the PE class to keep fit in this pandemic time, and that is very important. It is the safety of the children, of our learners, is the most important concern because they are part of the vulnerable sectors in the community. In the recent weeks, there were suggestions to scrap physical education in the current online curricula offerings. Incidentally, the Philippine Sports Commission and the Department of Education were in unison stating that PE should be part of a core curriculum. It is our current reality to be able to deliver PE class, so we are expecting our students to perform actual performance online without the supervisions of their PE teachers. We can also give out the importance of staying healthy through proper nutrition and many more. So PE is not limited only to activities that our student can perform, but it also includes inputs, nutrition, hygiene, and etc. Apart from this, capacitating educators in handling instructions is the key to the delivery mode to succeed. It is where the Philippine Sports Commission and the Department of Education work together. PSC, with its resources of coaches and trainers, can add inputs to the PE curriculum to be delivered by the DepEd teachers to the students in these new normal settings. What we need is an open mind to build our strengths, rethink, and retool for the common good. PE teachers typically in secondary schools are asked to coach a sport. Some teachers are overwhelmed, and this causes the conflict to perform both roles. Being physical educators, we must be flexible. We are most likely to perform extracurricular tasks, and one of these is being a coach. And one of the concerns of being a teacher and a coach is ensuring the safety of the learners. The dilemma is when your supervisor or your superior assigned you to coach a certain sport but didn't assign somebody to attend your class. What would be the right thing to do? Attend your class and leave your athletes, or leave your athletes and attend training? What would be your priority? A classroom teacher or a coach?
Gender sensitivity, it talks about the process by which people are made aware of what gender or how gender plays a role in life through their treatment of others. How should teacher deals with gender sensitivity issues? Being a teacher, we have to respect our students no matter what are their perceptions in life. We have to respect our learners. Number two, we have to know their backgrounds. Teacher should know the background of students so that we will not judge them according to what they are showing us. And teachers should be sensitive dealing with that kind of issues, because we teachers also model on how students interact and react to the community and society. Number three, equal treatment. Being a teacher, we have to equally treat our students no matter what the perceptions of our students are and what are their stands in life. So we have to treat them equally so that we will not be biased in all aspects of their lives. And second point is, how can we spread the awareness of gender sensitive? So number one, we have to educate. Education is the key of ignorance. So educate our students on how to deal with specific problems or issues, so that we'll be able to know and how to react in certain situations. Using a media presence. So using these social medias can help us spread the awareness of gender sensitivity, so that all the community and the member of society will be educated and will treat equal the people around its community. Number four issues that teachers facing in this time of pandemic. Physical education teachers struggles on the learner's interest in physical education. more specifically, we are into online classes, and there's an issues that our government is abolishing physical education in online classes, which is not good because physical education is part of our lives. So if we'll not be able to get healthy, we will be more vulnerable in COVID-19. So thanks to sports or the Philippine Sport Commission, and also the people under or who pursue to continue physical education in our curriculum. So we have different variables that can affect our learners' interest into physical education subjects, more specifically online. Number one variable is the lacking of interest. So being a teachers, we have to be more creative so that the interest of our student will not shift into other activities rather than be in our subject. So number two, a difficulty of concentration. That is a second variable that can truly affect the interest of a student, the concentration. So some of our students have a difficulty in concentration. Maybe they are not into multitasking, but we have to do something that our learners will focus on certain topics so that we can get their interest of our students. Number three, some of the problems, the variables affect the interest of our students are the family problems. So family problem is more or most common problem in our students. So be a teachers, we have to consult our students. Should ask them what is the problem, or maybe we can have some counseling so that we can partially help them emotional, not financial, but emotional, something like that. And number four, we have the emotional difficulties. After the family problems, students may encounter emotional difficulties. So being a teachers, we have to consider also the emotion of our students. If our student cannot attend our class, maybe there are problems encountered in their homes, in their family. So we have to consider that also. The last one, we have the learning disabilities. We have lots of students, we have the different learning styles, and some students can learn easily compared to others. Some students can learn verbally, and some students can learn through reading text and some students can learn visually. So we have to consider the learning styles of our students in order for us to be versatile in giving them an equal treatment and equal grades. Dealing with our student is very difficult for the teachers. So that we have to get the interest of our students. In these ways, I have listed 7 ways to cater and manage our students to get their interest into the physical education classes. Number 1, as a physical education teachers, we need to make them realize that physical education is a part of their life. So we have to do something and to tell them that physical education is not just for fun, but also it is a part of daily lives of our students. We have to give an examples. Successful athletes, the life of successful athletes can help students realize that the physical education program is also a part of their lives. So we have to cite examples, like for example, Manny Pacquiao is also a successful athlete, and it is not just sports but for life. So we have to inculcate our students that this is not just for fun and activities. Second one, we have to make our lesson more fun. So our students is very active and it is hard for them to sit the whole duration of our class. So being a teachers, we have to be more or to make our subject matter more fun so that the interest of our student will be focused on our subject or our specific topics. Number 3, we should be or it should be relevant and to their future. Sinabi ko nga kanina, it is physical education is not for fun but also it is we can relate it to their future. Some athletes or some of our athletes are dependent on the sports they are into, so they become more successful in life and they enjoy life. Number 4, we have to encourage our student to participate in the whole process of our class. No? So, kailangan natin na i-involve yung ating mga student. We do not allow them to sit whole duration of our class. We have to push them to participate in our activities in our class so that we will have a productive and more learning. Number 5, we have to be a teacher of multiple resources. For short, teacher or we should be more creative. Lalong-lalo na sa ating panahon ngayon, we have limited resources. The physical education teachers, we are teaching online. Our resources is very limited. That is why it is very challenging for the physical education teacher to be more creative kung ano yung mga pwede natin gamitin in our house, in our classes, lalo-lalo na ngayon na online ang ating class. So, kailangan natin maging creative. Number 6, ways in dealing with this kind of issues, the interest of our student. We have to change the environment. So how can we change the environment of our students if they are encountering a family problem or emotional difficulties? We have to change it. So we have to look for activities that can change their perceptions in life into a positive. No? So, kailangan nating magkaroon ng connection to our student. No? Sabi nga na, we are the second parent of our student. We're not just teachers, but also a parent. No? So, we are not just telling them and showing them the knowledge we wanted them to do, but also we are a parents that concern on their emotional aspects. So we have to change the environment, their negative environment into positive. That sometimes our parents do. Number 7, the last ways for me is to understand their interest. Some of our students are interested into dancing, but there are some students or there are some students that are interested into arts but not in dancing, and also there are some students that are interested into sports but not into arts. So we have to understand the interest of our students, no? So kung meron tayong ganyan, meron tayong dapat na steps, no? So for this day of class, we have to we're going to do some dance exercises, and the next day we have to make an activity that is related into arts or singing or other related topics. So, hindi lang tayo mag-focus sa isang subject matter so that we will cater all the needs and interests of our students equally.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, classmates. My task this morning is to discuss to you about challenges in school, physical education, and sports. So we have number 1, school administration's underestimation of physical education course. So many schools in college, state college, and universities did not offer physical education course because they underestimate physical education as not important like mathematics, English, science, and other subjects. So, and they consider that offering physical education course is expensive and need a wide area, considering that they must provide adequate resources that include accessible and safe facilities, equipments, and materials. So number 2, we have parents focus on academic achievement. So and therefore, their underestimation toward physical education course. Parents told their children to focus on academic rather than to engage in sports. Because if they focus on academic, they will become successful and have a stable employment. So parents lack of support to their children when their children will engage to sports activities in school. So, because they are thinking that it can affect their academic performance. Parents' failures to motivate children towards doing sports in schools. So next reason is that number 3, non-availability of sports facilities and course tool and equipments. This is the reason why state colleges and universities are hesitant to offer physical education course because they need to provide sports facilities and equipments and need of maintenance and person to take charge of those facilities. So number 4, we have not enough class time for physical education. Like for example, in the Department of Education, physical education or MAPI subject allotted only 1 hour every day or 4 times a week, which is not enough to master the skills needed in sports. For example, in grade 7, in dual sports, specifically Arnis, mastering the fundamental skills of Arnis in 1 week is not enough with proper execution. But because of limited time, we need to leave the topic and we'll proceed to the next topic because we need to follow what is written in our tawag nito, teacher's guide. Mayroon tayong sinusunod na competencies. We need to discuss not only physical education, we need to discuss also health, arts, and music. So that is why limited yung time. So yung time in physical education class is not enough. Okay? Okay, next, we have also physical education is not important. Many teachers and parents says that physical education is not important. That is why they discourage the students or children to participate in sports and physical activities. And as what I have said earlier, they want to focus their children or their students to their academic subjects. But as what we can see or as what we can observe today, many students athletes become sila sa prestigious school at nakapagtrabaho. So, as PE teachers or as a MAPE teachers, must not stop promoting physical activities and sports in school. Let's inform our students, our parents of the benefits of participating in sports. So that's all my report for today. Thank you for listening.
Good day, teachers. Good day, world. I'm Hidayah S. Abdul Karim, and for today, I am going to discuss the summary or conclusion of our report.
Trends and issues in physical education. Number 1. Demolishing physical education subject in an online platform. Physical education is often viewed as a marginal subject with dated curriculum, and many secondary schools are actively reducing physical education time to make way to what are the more serious or what are the more important subjects. Is physical education not an important subject? Physical education is not limited to activities that students can perform, but it is also includes inputs, nutrition, hygiene, and etc.
Teacher as a coach. This is when you are unable to choose between attending your class or attending the training. Stuck between being a classroom teacher or being a coach.
Number 3. Gender sensitivity.
Institutions such as schools are fight external mechanisms leading to gender inequalities. Gender is a type of identity. We should not let anyone base their respect according to our gender. We should always keep in mind that despite our differences, we are all human.
Learners' interest in physical education.
Interest has been a powerful motivator among our students. But what if this interest decreases? Making students interested in our subject can be a real challenge. Lack of interest can be cause of difficulty concentrating, family problems, emotional difficulties, learning disability, and many more factors. As a teacher, you should still do your best and try to get them to learn. Here are some of ways to bring back the interest of our learners. Number 1, make them see it is part of our daily life. Number 2, make it fun. Number 3, let them participate in the whole process. Number 4, use multiple resources. Number 5, change the environment. Number 6, make it achievable. And number 7, understand their interest. Challenges in school physical education and sports. Number 1. School administration underestimation of physical education course. For a non-physical education teacher, physical education is just a waste of time. Number 2. Parents focus on academic achievement of their children. Some parents say that physical education is just a minor subject. That is why they do not encourage their children to participate actively in physical education activities. Non-availability of sports facilities and course tools and equipment. Facilities and equipment are indispensable to competitive and recreational sport and important in the promotion of sporting activities because they are the powerhouse of sports. We cannot teach our students hands-on activities in physical education if the sports facilities are not available. Number 4, not enough class time for physical education. And number 5, physical education is not important. Physical education is a minor subject in school, and that is why students will disregard PE. Some say that physical education do little to improve physical fitness.